Trump has only been president for 100-some days. It already feels like 100-some years. Literally, when you have an embarrassment as president, it's like time stands still. His presidency so far has honestly been like a lemon. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks this, as now US automakers have dropped a brutal bombshell on Donald Trump. How's it going, everybody? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, we will get to this scathing bombshell in a moment, but first, are you guys aware that Donald Trump is more or less turning the White House into a reality TV show? He is continuing to nominate people in his administration, primarily from Fox News.
Fox News alert, President Trump just announced Judge Jeanine Pirro, my friend and co-host from The Five, is going to become the new interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia.
Yeah, okay, that's embarrassing. Trump, this isn't the next season of The Apprentice, okay? This is the White House. Even more so, this is now the 23rd person from Fox News to be nominated in Trump's administration. And I don't know about you, but I have a slight idea why she may have gotten the nomination.
I want to know from the Department of Justice why you're doing this. I want to know from the FBI whether or not this is legitimate, because everything that you've done regarding Donald Trump has been illegal, illegitimate, and immoral, and the country knows it, and you have destroyed our faith in the justice system.
Just one question, Judge.
And it's not Donald Trump's fault, it's their fault. I don't think it's...
Now we're getting closer to the bombshell, because Trump clowning around is hurting the economy more and more every single day. Gavin Newsom recently appeared on Fox News to explain this.
But this is recklessness, and I cannot impress upon you, you know this, the impacts can't be unwound quickly and easily, and I fear that Geneva is not going to be a success. It needs to be. I'm promoting that success, but I very much fear that the nature of the decision-making that seems to come on news cycles, not on the basis of a grand strategy, is the great impediment in terms of getting to the place we all want to go.
But Newsom wasn't done yet. He also aired this ad on Fox News ripping apart Trump's tariffs.
California is now the fourth largest economy in the world. Innovation, manufacturing, agriculture. And we've done it by reducing trade barriers and delivering for American consumers. But the Trump administration is putting all of that at risk, halting delivery of essential goods through our ports. Today, it's school backpacks. In a few months, it'll be Christmas toys. These tariffs punish families and risk ending America's run as the world's greatest economy. Take it from California. We're the ones leading it.
Now, we're about at the bombshell, but it all started with Donald Trump's recent agreement with the UK. The US agreed to reduce the import tax on cars coming from the UK, which Trump had raised by 25% last month to 10% for 100,000 cars a year. But it gets worse. That's right, because major US automakers have rallied together to drop a brutal bombshell on Donald Trump, and it's all because of this deranged UK deal. Take a look.
Donald Trump's new trade deal with the United Kingdom is drawing sharp backlash from America's biggest automakers. And not just for the fine print. Under the deal, UK car makers get to export 100,000 vehicles to the US annually at just a 10% tariff, a steep discount compared to the 25% rate still applied to vehicles from Mexico, Canada, and most other countries. That's prompted an unusually blunt response from the American Automotive Policy Council, representing Ford, GM, and Stellantis. In their words, under this deal, it will now be cheaper to import a UK vehicle with very little US content than a USMCA-compliant vehicle from Mexico or Canada that is half American parts. This hurts American automakers, suppliers, and auto workers. They also warned that this could set a dangerous precedent, saying they hope this preferential access for UK vehicles over North American ones does not set a precedent for future negotiations with Asian and European competitors. Ford says tariffs from Trump's trade war will cost them $2.5 billion in 2025 alone. GM estimates $4 to $5 billion in losses, but hopes to offset 30%. Even Toyota expects $1.2 billion in extra costs just for April and May. The Detroit Three are making it clear this deal is a lemon.
It didn't take long for Trump to respond, of course, by demeaning these concerns.
The White House quickly fired back after automakers blasted President Trump's UK trade deal, warning it could devastate North America's tightly integrated auto industry. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt shrugged off those concerns Friday.
What's your response to that criticism coming from this trade group?
Well, first of all, let's be clear about what the deal does. It sets a 10% rate on auto imports for the first 100 cars that are imported into the United States. 100,000 cars, thank you. That would be very few cars. 100,000 cars imported from the United Kingdom. After 100,000 vehicles, it goes back up to a 25% tariff. And as for our U.S. auto manufacturers, our auto industry, the president wants to put them on the best pedestal to compete. And by the way, if they produce vehicles right here in the United States of America, they will face no tariff at all. I would argue of any industry, the president has spent more time talking to and listening to the concerns of our auto industry here at home. He hears them, he believes in them, he wants to see them produce their vehicles here.
But industry leaders aren't buying it. The idea that an American buyer can now import a Jaguar for less than a Dodge Charger is everything that is wrong with the Trump tariff war on cars, said Flavio Volpe, president of Canada's Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association. And Brian Kingston of the Canadian Vehicle Manufacturers Association didn't mince words. It's incomprehensible that the United States would strike a trade agreement with the UK that provides preferential access over Canada. We've been building vehicles together for 60 years. With Trump's tariffs already squeezing manufacturers, automakers fear this UK deal is just the beginning, and that more tailor-made agreements could drive a wedge through the North American auto industry.
So Donald Trump, in his strange obsession with this trade war, has accidentally not put America first. He's literally put America last all over again. Now, American companies are being unfairly punished. Now, American consumers are being unfairly punished. Thanks a lot, Trump. It's almost like you have no idea what you're actually doing.